Building Me. Nothing rattles me more than a technical issue. Sorry I am late. Better late than never. As I've sprayed hydrogen peroxide all over my hands. Makes it sort of go white for a while. Anyway, welcome to Start Building Me, my nightly training session to prove to you and show to you that training is mandatory. Exercise is something you have to do every day, folks, as is watching your diet. We live in a global community where we've got to look after each other, so I'm here to spread this good word to you, because if you do not, then it takes its toll on all of us, folks, because the healthcare system becomes strained if people do not look after their health, and that's why I'm here. First and foremost here every night, just for 10-15 minutes to get the blood pumping in my body and hopefully yours as well, answer some questions, and then get out on my merry way as always, folks, because I've got stuff to do. I hope you do as well. We're closing into an end on the eastern seaboard in Australia for a good working Wednesday. Hopefully you guys in Perth are doing all right and will survive, as the people will in Europe and in the UK as well. So we're going to get started, and I'll walk and talk with my kettlebell to try and get a little bit more tension today. What we're doing is a squat, folks. Just think of it like sitting down on a chair, standing back up again. It's very, very simple. You don't have to overcomplicate something that you can already do. That's why I specifically teach people how to do squats here on a nightly basis, because you can sit down and stand back up. You got out of bed this morning. If you're watching this and you can comprehend what I'm saying, I guarantee that you can do a squat now, as I always have to point out as well. I am training for the rule and not the exception, so I'm very sorry if you're immobilized, disabled, or otherwise unable to move, hopefully only temporarily. But I'm trying to teach those 99.9 people in the world who can do this stuff, folks. So if not, and we can find some sort of workaround for you, if you are immobile, I've got a whole bunch of exercises that I can bore you brainless with. But until then, let's do some squats. Good evening, Star Jump in the house. Doing some squats with my kettlebell. Just adding a little bit of resistance, because I notice I am losing mass at an alarming rate, and I have been struggling to get to the gym in the evening. I like hanging out with my hounds, and after coming back from work, like to chill out for a bit these days, maybe do some kettlebells, do some dumbbell stuff, but I really have to get back into my cardiovascular exercise. But I always walk, folks. As you can see, even me pacing around my virtual Maroubra Start Building Me studio, I'm always walking at least 5Ks a day with the dogs, sometimes even more. So this is a good supplementary exercise that I do to just try and get a little bit more tension out of my squats to make it a little bit more worthwhile. This is, after all, a session that I came up with for me. And it is something that I do to influence other people. Gotta hate that word, but nonetheless, to influence people out there who do not know how to exercise or think that it's just something that athletes do to try and get you into the healthy habit of exercising, because you have to exercise, as I always stress. Your body doesn't work if you do not work your body, folks. It is that simple and unfalsifiable. The practice in science is looking for unfalsifiable statements. If they're falsifiable, new hypothesis, test and retest. I hate being touched and cringe of the very thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get that blood pump in, elevate the heart rate. I am going to do some reading this evening. I was going to check out what Jazza was talking about last night, The Diplomat, the TV show, with a guy from Dark City in it that I thought would be pretty cool. But, mate, I find it hard to stay up past 8 o'clock this night. This is middle age, folks. Middle age means you get a lot of satisfaction out of getting a good night's sleep. So If this is somebody saying this who is very physically fit and has a good diet, I inspire you all to be the same if you want to get the most out of your life, else everything becomes a lot harder. 1, bit of core twist, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keeping yourself rigid. Whilst doing a kettlebell squat with a clean on a single side will make you have to keep your core rigid, so that's a nice little variation in there. Not that I'm trying to do anything specific today. I could even just do squats without a kettlebell. Just trying to get a quick session in. Second day in, folks. After a bit of a holiday, and just trying to get my blood pressure up, my heart rate up, which is the purpose of exercise, to increase your blood, flushing around your blood vessels through your organs, and by doing so, makes your organs work, makes your body chemistry work. Very, very important stuff, folks. If you just sit idly and don't exercise, your body chemistry won't be working as it should be. Your organs won't be working functionally. It's one of those things that you can, get away with for a few decades. And if you're still alive after a few decades and start getting problems, chronic issues, there's not much doctors can do to help you, folks. I'm really, really sad to say, but science is not going to save you. But something as simple as this can. And look, we're halfway through. Maybe not quite halfway through yet, but nonetheless, I have feeling a little bit of perspiration, so I'm getting my heart rate sufficiently up, which is the purpose of this. And you can do maybe 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can just be sitting down on a chair, sitting down on the edge of your bed. It doesn't really matter what environment you choose here. This is obviously a green screen and a small portion of my room that I've set it up just to try and keep it standard. You could be doing this in your bedroom, out in your backyard. Mate, you could probably do this in a cubicle at your work. You might get a few strange looks from people, but so what, people, because this is essential for life. And if they think exercise is strange, then I put it to you that they are strange, because there's nothing wrong or strange about exercising. Keep your heart rate up, keep your blood pressure going. We'll do some push-ups in a second and then we'll be getting out of here. I should be going for a run, but I'm going to leave it to the morning. I find I have some bad effects of exercising in the evening and it playing a little on my sleep, so I don't get a very good night's sleep if I exercise, specifically cardiovascular zone 2 in the evening. I used to enjoy doing it watching a TV show or movie, but at the moment when I'm getting up early to walk the dogs and run, it doesn't quite work, unfortunately. I'm going to do another 10 squats and then do some push-ups and get out of here. Will I watch The Diplomat or will I read? It is still unsure. I might just make some eggs and go to bed. Actually, it's 7 o'clock, but I went to bed at 7:30 last night, so they say history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. I don't think I'm as tired as I was yesterday, so without further ado, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do 10 more of these, do some push-ups, show you some push-up variations, and get out of here. Folks, don't forget your time is counting and you're getting points for being on the Start Building Me channel through CloudBot. You can check that out on startbuilding.me, startbuild.me, or you can just check it out on the Twitch channel. It will show you the CloudBot and show you the different points that you get for accumulating, which will be redeemable for points and gift cards soon if I see some good progress from people and if they send me some nice messages. So stay tuned for that. App is being built in the process. I am in the process of building an app. I haven't even had that much sun today, but I'm sunstroking out, folks, which means only one thing: 10 more squats and push-ups and I'm out of here. Short and sweet, that's the whole point. That's really what I'm trying to say with Start Building Me, is that you can do a short amount of time to get a good workout in. You don't have to go and spend an hour at the gym. I mean, I like going to the gym and spending an hour at the gym, but sometimes I just don't, just want to chill out and hang out with my 16 kilo kettlebell. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kettlebell goes away. Switch into my floor cam. Let's get some push-ups out of here and let's get out of here. Slowly getting back into the habit of exercise personally as well. Oh, I've been quite lazy the last 2 weeks, but sometimes you got to take some time off. This was not to rest. Life can just get you down, folks, and you've got to do a whole bunch of stuff, and I was catching up on stuff that I had neglected. And so now I need to repent. Spread your fingers. You can do them off your knees if you can't do a strict push-up yet. It doesn't matter. Start Building Me. Read it at the top. It's Start Building Me. I'm not trying to train professional athletes. I'm just trying to get you to force blood around your body if you don't know how to exercise or you're new to it. I know it seems stupid. It can seem kind of corny. I don't care. I am a corn master. And I think it's one of those things that might look silly, but you look a lot dumber if you do not exercise in my books. So that's what I'm trying to do here. A few strict push-ups, spread your fingers, tense your butt. If you want to tense your butt and you can, you can vary your breathing. Look at the YouTube videos. I've done a demonstration how to do push-ups if you want to check that out, so I don't have to keep on explaining it again and again and again every night. Get the blood pumping through my upper body, a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So really good hamstring stretch if you've been sitting down at your desk at school or in the office all day. Kneel down like this. You don't have to lean right back with your head on the ground like a lot of people do. You'll see a lot of athletes doing it. Just have to sit on your knees like this and lean a little bit back like this. It'll pull your quadriceps, 4 massive muscles that make up the front of your leg here, attached to your femur or to your knee specifically, and your hips. So you can just cruise back a bit in between your push-ups. As I said, do them off your knees if you don't know how to do push-ups yet. Have a cruise and do a few push-ups. 2, 3, 4, 5. And sit back on your knees. Maybe you did 2. Maybe you did 1 push-up. Maybe you just went 1. Maybe you just did that off your knees. 1. And sit back onto your knees. Really, that is what I'm trying to get you to, into the habit of doing short and sweet movements. Just another 3 minutes on the clock, another 2 minutes. How about that? See what we can get out. A few push-ups. Feel a bit sweaty, just had a shower. That could have something to do with it. The stench was gonna last 1,000 years. My big toes are still hurting. Might need a surgical option, since the other options seem to be off limits, unfortunately, these days. I would have had a great option, but until, for the time being, imagine that, having to get surgery for something where there is a very suitable remedy available. Sucks. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, what did my auntie used to say? If you can't remember, it must have been a lie. Certainly wasn't. Well, straight up thunder, straight up facts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do we got? Oh, good stretch. 30 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna do another 10 anyway. And get out of here. Make some eggs and some ramen. Exciting night. Perhaps a glass of water. Now we're talking. Living the high life, folks. Living la vida loca, as Ricky Martin once said. Did Ricky Martin die? Or does he just deserve to be dead? Just joking, no. Nothing against Ricky Martin, bro. The guy had moves. Anyway, I'm gonna do 10 more push-ups and get out of here, folks. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Love you wherever you are in the world, post, present, live or on repeat. Send me a message if you have any questions about health or exercise. I'm trying to make this as accessible as possible because there's a lot of people talking SHIT online about fitness and health and diets and making it very confusing. I'm trying to make it less and less confusing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your blood is pumping, your heart rate's up, your blood pressure's up, and it will sink down over the course of the day or the evening, depending on where you are. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.